back to another lip balm review. So remember like a year or two ago, Baby Lips did like a 4-set, like a winter Christmassy type themed set, and they did one for Americans and they did one for the UK. Well, I reviewed the ones for America, and I never got around to the ones for the UK. The UK ones were the Winter Delight collection. I think the American one was the Baby It's Cold Outside collection, maybe? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, and I meant to get around to doing the UK ones and I never did, even though I've literally had them all this time. But yeah, so today I'm gonna do the first one, or at least I'm saying it's the first one, the mint candy one, and the other three in the collection if you're a newer collector and just don't know that much about Baby Lips. We've also got sugar cookie, sweet apple, and hot cocoa. Now, they do vary slightly from the American ones, both in the names and in the colors, because this one's mint candy. The US version was mint please, and you can see this has very different packaging. Like, the base color themselves are even different. Like, this is more of a seafoam green, this is more of just pastel green. And the writing on this one obviously is in brown. This one is in this sort of corally pink that actually really matches my nail polish. And this one, actually, the UK ones had much cuter packaging overall because they had like little earmuffs on the A. They have some little mittens under the lips part of it. They have like snowflakes. This just has the Baby Lips logo. So the UK got the better shake, if you ask me. And the colors of the ball, they're really similar on these two, but there is a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and start on reviewing this guy. So, the back side is very different too, just in case anybody wants to see that. But yes, I forget where I had this one, well, all four imported from. I want to say I had them imported from Belgium, but I could be wrong. That would explain why everything on these is in German, but, yes, let's see. For adult use only. Nicht für Babys und Kleinkinder geeignet. I don't know. I don't really speak German, so I probably just butchered that. Apologies to any German viewers. On the black side, on the back side, it's got the ingredients list, which is about what all you'd expect for a Baby Lips product. And it has a sticker over whatever is under here, so that's like a mystery to me because all four have that. I'm not sure what's underneath, and I don't think trying to peel it off would end well, so I guess we'll never know what it says. That's okay. So, alright. About the only thing of any real interest on the back then is just the, expires 24 months after opening things, so, I mean, you know, standard. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this open. Interesting, on the back it just says Baby Lips Winter. On the front it's Baby Lips Winter Delight. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, so put that aside. Now you can really tell the difference between the two and see how different this packaging is. See, it's really cute. I love what they did with the packaging here, and I wish that the American releases had looked like this because they're really cute. And oh my gosh, this hair is pissing me off. Hold on. Okay, off we go. There. So, close enough. We'll live with it. So anyway, the actual balm itself, color-wise, is nearly identical. It's a little paler in the American release. This one's the American one. This one's the UK one. You can see there's a slightly more pinkish tint in the UK one. Hold on, mailman is here. Okay, sorry about that. But, yeah, I was trying to show you guys the very, very subtle difference in the color. So, that one's the American, that one's the UK one. Slightly more pinky than this one. So, and, scent-wise, they're identical, so, I mean, don't worry. If you only have the US one, you are missing out on, excuse me, I had a hiccup. You are missing out on nothing scent-wise. The tiniest hint of color in this guy, and just some cute packaging. But other than that, they're identical. So, I'm just gonna set the American one aside for now, and we're gonna get into the actual reviewing of this So, format-wise, obviously, it's a stick. I showed you the packaging. These are not natural or organic. They are synthetic. They're baby lips. There you go. Also, I forgot to check the number of this color. If it's even listed. I don't think it is. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. Number 10, Mint Candy. Yeah, there's 10, 11, 12, and 13 for this collection. Oh, so I legit did do the first one, even canonically in order of the numbers. I just went with... I look like hot trash today, so I'm gonna go with the one that I really don't need to worry about matching a color with clothes and looking decent, because I know I don't. So, anyways. But yeah, so. Anyways. Amount of product is not on it. How about over here? Don't think so. That's so strange to me that they really don't list it on the UK ones, or European ones, whatever, but they do on the American ones. Very, very strange. But I'm sure it's the same amount as what all's in the American ones, so. And the American ones is 0.15 ounces, so they are literally identical in size. So that's why I'm like, trust me, it's the same amount. So anyways, price point, I can't fairly say for what they went for in England because I had to buy them secondhand. Well, I mean, they weren't used. You saw they were sealed, but I'd find somebody on eBay who was selling them, and obviously I paid way more than what they're actually worth for this set. So that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. Now, sturdiness and durability wise, the cap stays on pretty well. It feels like a sturdier plastic for this than they use for the American ones. I don't know why. It's got about the same exact tube with a little tiny little dot that helps keep it from just free screwing up into the cap in your purse. I mean, it's not like very tight, but it's enough to where it won't just like go right up into the lid. So, no special features, no SPF, so, and there's no medication. Scent-wise, it just smells very minty, which, I mean, goes without saying, but hold on a second. Yeah, whatever type of mint is in the EOS peppermint cream, which, oh, yeah, I literally just said it, peppermint, is what's used in here. And just like a lot of the baby lips, when they've aged a tiny bit, the very top layer is a bit paler than the actual stick. So down here, you can see it does have more pigmentation in there than is on the very tippy top layer of it. And for the sake of fair comparison, so does the American one. So let me side by side those. And actually, more interestingly, when I do this, now the American one is the darker one, and the UK one is actually quite a bit paler. Interesting. See, like I said, this is why I like to compare them, because there are differences. And I mean, if you don't like that top layer, you can always take a little knife and just go right off the top. I'm not going to bother because on this one it's so thin. I'm going to swatch it on my hand first anyway, and that'll be that layer right there. The next time I want to wear the American one, it's a bit of a thicker layer, so not a bad idea, but yeah, it's not from bacteria or anything. They just fade. I think it's something to do with UV light because I keep mine in a little acrylic like lipstick riser in my windowsill in my bathroom. So that probably isn't too good for the pigmentation on the top layer and why everything down beneath is fine. But this guy, when they're not open yet, they're not in it. I have them in a box under my desk. So there goes that theory. So part of it's age, part of it's probably UV light. The combo of the two is probably why the US one's worse. So, swatchy, swatchy, swatchy. Yeah, there's like virtually no color there. Just this slightly milky consistency and look to it. Very sheer. See, if you have chapped lips, this is not a great plan. I mean, it shows up. It's not the best color in the world, but Yeah. It's very much a frosty look, so I mean, I guess that goes along with the territory for mint, but is it personally my favorite aesthetically? I'm trying to get a little bit that went off my lip. Not so much for me, but I could see where on other people it would look fantastic, especially like if you have a little bit more color in your face than I do, like even a little bit of a tan, or if you're darker complexion, this might look really cool on you. On me, because I'm so pale anyway, it kind of just makes my lips blend into the rest of my skin, and it's a little disappointing. Which sucks because I think out of these scents, this is probably the best one, arguably. Then again, to be fair, I haven't checked the other three scent-wise of the UK ones. I'm only basing by their US counterparts. But yeah, so just saying, aesthetically, it's not the greatest thing in the world, especially for how patchy it is, and how if you have any chappedness on your lips, it likes to cake up on there and make it like basically a neon sign going, look at this! Haha, look at the chappiness. It's not great, so I mean, that's the thing. And it also has like this bizarre, ew, what is that? That was not in the American one. What the hell? Ew, do you, okay, on my middle fingertip here, do you see that right there? That just came off of my lip. And I don't think that was the dead skin. That is upsetting. What the hell? Give me a minute. I'm gonna wash this off. I'm gonna reapply fresh. Because if that was chapped lip, it should not happen a second time. If it's something in there, it'll happen again. So, for the sake of science, let's find out. So on second thought, it is very possible it was in fact me, not the lip balm, because I am bleeding slightly right here. So I think it just like pulled off the little bit of scabbed skin right there, and yeah, that's charming. So just for the sake of fairness, I'm going to go ahead and try it one more time. If it does it again, for real, it will be the product. If it does not do it again, I will assume it was because of that, because that was the area I was feeling it, and it was only right there. So I'm thinking it was more likely me, not the product, so just, let's find out. Verdict's out. There's like one teeny tiny little like fleck right here. Might be me though. Okay, so you know what? Because I cannot fairly say one way or the other if that is for certain the product or me, I'm not counting that against it, because it is very, very possible that was me, not the product. So okay. Well then, disgusting as that just was, I apologize. Let's do the kiss test. Thankfully, this one is so sheer, it doesn't really show up. I mean, there's like a shiny spot, barely, but that's like it. So I mean, this one is kiss friendly. Just, you know, in case you need to know. So, there's no flavor from it, like at all. Consistency-wise, it's actually incredibly thin, really greasy, pretty smooth, but mostly just really slick, greasy, and oily feeling, but that's like any baby lips for you. So, shine-wise, it kind of has some gone. Yeah, actually, it has a lot of shine. What the hell am I talking about? Longevity-wise, I'm sorry, it's a baby lip. They claim 8 hours of moisture. While that may or may not actually be true, color-wise, it has never, in the history of my ever using these, ever lasted me 8 hours. At the most, maybe about 1. and that's if I work to not eat or drink anything, am careful to not lick my lips, and just in general, it generally does not last even that long. I'm lucky if I get 15 to 20 minutes of color, like, if we're being totally real here. So, that's a bummer. We'll do the drink test. This one's so sheer that I really can't judge color-wise, but, I feel the actual moisturizing part, not very much still feels in place. So if this were more pigmented, I might give it a fail if it had worn that off, but because you can't really see it anyway, I'm gonna give it a pass. However, I would say it doesn't give me the wow factor as much as I'd like to. It just doesn't. So, what is my overall rating for this one? Well, let me think. I had really hoped it was going to have more color than it does, so that's just number one right there. And what it does have just is not very flattering, but I'm just going to count that as 1 point. I'm a little bummed that the scent in this one is fainter than in the American release. I'm not sure why that is, but it is. I mean, it's there, and you can tell it's mint, but it's really, really light. And for minty things, usually that's not the case, so I'm afraid I'm docking at a point there, too. Let me think. What else? Well, obviously, longevity-wise, it's not gonna get it. Doesn't get the wow factor. Yeah, it's a 6 out of 10 product. It's definitely not the greatest. If you missed out on this one when it came out, you're not missing much. I mean, it's a fun minty flavor of what scent is there. I mean, again, if you're an American like I am, I would frankly stick with the American one because it actually has more scent to it and more color, frankly, which, looking at the tops of them, I thought it was this one at first. But then when I rolled them up, it's like, I take that back. It's actually the American one. So, yeah, that. It's very strange to me, but this one does have the cuter outer packaging, so I am still glad to have both, even if just for looks in my collection. But in terms of which one I would probably use more, honestly, probably be this guy. So, anyway, guys, that is all I have to say for this one. So, as usual, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit the bell icon to become part of the notification squad, leave comments down below. Do any of you guys have this one as well as the American one? Which one do you like better and why? Let me know down below in the comments, as well as anything else you feel like leaving me. And as usual, if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, bye!